Number 1. The village of dwarfs in Nigeria. When you travel into the deep forested regions of southern Nigeria, you come across one of the most unusual and mysterious communities in West Africa. A real-life village inhabited almost entirely by people of extremely short stature. Locally known as the village of dwarfs, this settlement is often spoken about in whispers, surrounded by legends, folklore, and a long history that blends culture, genetics, and tradition. As you enter the village, the first thing you notice is how different life feels here. The houses are smaller, built closer to the ground, and constructed from mud, bamboo, and palm materials. The pathways weaving to the village are narrow and shaded by thick tropical vegetation, creating a quiet, almost magical environment. Children run freely between the huts, while older residents sit together in communal courtyards, sharing stories passed down through generations. One of the most fascinating things about this village is that its existence is not the result of any modern condition or sudden genetic anomaly. Instead, the community's history goes back many decades, even centuries, according to local elders. Many believe it began when a small group of people with dwarfism settled together for safety, identity, and a sense of belonging. Over time, the population grew through generations, creating a unique cultural and social identity unlike anywhere else in Nigeria. Despite their height, the villagers live fully independent lives, relying on farming, fishing, and forest gathering. They cultivate cassava, yams, bananas, and vegetables in small family plots. Their traditional farming tools are adapted to their height, and watching them skillfully manage the fields is a reminder that physical stature does not limit capability, resilience, or community strength. What makes this village even more remarkable is its cultural heritage. The people here have their own customs regarding marriage, festivals, and storytelling. They celebrate annual gatherings that include dancing, drumming, and reenactments of ancient tales about how their ancestors protected the community from outsiders. These festivals are vibrant, emotional, and full of symbolism. Another intriguing belief held by surrounding communities is that the village of dwarfs is protected by spiritual forces. Some say the villagers carry a special blessing, while others believe that harming or disrespecting them brings misfortune. Whether these stories are superstition or cultural reverence, they show the level of respect and fascination neighboring groups have for this community. For travelers, visiting the village is an eye-opening experience. It challenges stereotypes, reveals the diversity within Nigeria's 250-plus ethnic groups, and highlights how rich, complex, and deeply layered Nigerian society truly is. Every conversation, every interaction, and every shared meal inside this village becomes a reminder that culture is fluid and that human communities adapt in extraordinary ways. The village of dwarfs is not just a curiosity. It is a living example of survival, unity, and identity. In a country known for its vast landscapes, ancient kingdoms, bustling cities, and colorful tribes, this small and secluded settlement stands out as one of the most eccentric, unique, and unforgettable places you can ever explore in Nigeria. Number 2. The village where men and women speak different languages. Deep inside Nigeria, far from the bustling cities and well-known tourist routes, there exists a community that continues to puzzle linguists, anthropologists, and even seasoned travelers. This is a phenomenon of Abang, a rural village in Cross River State, where men and women speak entirely different languages, yet live together in perfect harmony. At first glance, Abang looks like any other peaceful Nigerian village surrounded by lush green landscapes and narrow footpaths leading through farms and family compounds. But when you listen closely to the conversations happening around you, something extraordinary reveals itself. Men use one set of words, women use another. The meanings are the same, yet the vocabulary is completely different, as though two separate languages evolved side by side. What makes this even more surprising is that residents are not bilingual by formal learning. They simply grow up speaking the version of the language that corresponds to their gender. A boy growing up in Abang learns a male language, while a girl learns a female language. Children seem to understand both, but by adulthood, individuals naturally use the words associated with their gender identity. For example, a man may call a stone Okai, while a woman calls a coca. A tree has one word in the male lexicon and a completely different one in the female lexicon. Even everyday items like clothing, food, and household tools have separate male and female terms. Despite this linguistic divide, communication is never a problem. Each group perfectly understands the other, creating a rare coexistence of dual vocabularies within the same household and community. Local elders often explain this phenomenon with a belief passed down through generations that God originally gave 3 languages to the people, one for men, one for women, and one that mysteriously vanished. Others believe the split happened naturally as the community evolved. Whatever the origin, Abang's dual-language culture is seen as a privilege, a symbol of uniqueness, and a source of pride for the villagers. What fascinates anthropologists even more is that this is not a case of dialects or slang. The male and female vocabularies are distinct enough to be considered different languages, yet they coexist without tension or confusion. This rare linguistic system has made Abang a subject of global curiosity, and visiting the village feels like stepping into a living linguistic museum, one where gender determines not fashion or behavior, but the very words used to express the world. As you walk through the village, you'll hear men chatting in one vocabulary, while women respond in another. Farmers discussing crops, mothers calling their children, elders telling stories. Every interaction becomes a reminder of how diverse, surprising, and culturally rich Nigeria truly is. It challenges our basic assumptions about language and identity, proving that human communication can evolve in ways most people never imagine. Abang is more than just a linguistic mystery. It's a place that captures the deep complexity of Nigeria itself, a nation of hundreds of languages, countless traditions, and a never-ending list of cultural wonders waiting to be uncovered. Number 3, Makoko, the largest floating slum in the world, life in Nigeria. Makoko is one of the most unusual, visually striking, and misunderstood places on the planet. Located on the lagoon right beside Lagos, Makoko is often called the Venice of Africa, but instead of romantic canals and gondolas, you'll find an enormous community built entirely on water, where daily life flows with the tides. This is a place where thousands of people live in wooden houses, standing on tall stilts, rising above the dark, shallow water below. There are no paved streets here, only narrow waterways that act like floating highways, and the wooden canoes that glide between them serve as the cars, buses, and delivery vans of this aquatic city. Makoko's origins trace back more than a century, built by the Egan people who migrated from present-day Benin. They were traditional fishermen, and living on water was not a hardship for them. It was a way of life. Over time, as Lagos grew into a megacity, Makoko grew with it, becoming one of the most unique urban settlements in West Africa. Today, an estimated 200,000 people live here, though the exact population is unknown because Makoko is largely informal, unplanned, and mostly unrecorded in official data. Families build their own homes using wood, bamboo, corrugated iron sheets, and whatever materials they can find. These houses sway when boats pass. They rise and fall with the tides, and they constantly need repairs because the lagoon is harsh and unforgiving. Transportation in Makoko is a fascinating scene of organized chaos. Children as young as 7 paddle boats with perfect balance, navigating between houses the way kids elsewhere ride bicycles. Women paddle through the canals selling everything from fresh fish and vegetables to household items, turning the water into a floating marketplace. Fishermen cast their nets by sunrise, returning with their catch before noon. Everything in Makoko, from shopping to commuting to school, happens on water, creating a rhythm of life that feels completely different from anything in modern urban Nigeria. Despite its charm and unique cultural identity, Makoko faces enormous challenges. The community lacks proper sanitation, waste management, and stable electricity. Flooding is frequent, and the water is heavily polluted. The government has also attempted demolitions in the past, labeling Makoko an illegal settlement. But the residents fight back, insisting that Makoko is not just a slum. It is their home, their heritage, and their identity. Over the years, international architects and NGOs have worked with the community to create solutions, such as the famous Makoko Floating School, a triangular wooden structure built to withstand rising tides. Though the first version collapsed after heavy rain, The project brought global attention to makoko and highlighted the creativity and resilience of its people. Life in makoko is a mix of struggle and strength. With limited access to formal education and healthcare, most residents rely on the community for support. Yet, you will find an incredible spirit here. Children laughing and playing on tiny wooden platforms, fishermen sharing their stories, women turning the lagoon into a vibrant marketplace, and families living with a sense of unity rarely seen in big cities. Makoko is a reminder that even in the most difficult circumstances, human beings find a way to adapt, innovate, and build a world that makes sense to them. Makoko is one of the most eccentric, astonishing, and eye-opening places in Nigeria. It challenges your idea of what a city should look like, how people can live, and how culture evolves when the environment demands creativity. In a country full of diversity and contrast, makoko stands out as the ultimate symbol of survival, resilience, and the extraordinary ways humans reshape their environment to meet their needs. Number 4. Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa. When you explore the economic landscape of Africa, one country stands at the very top: Nigeria. This West African giant has built an economic powerhouse that is not only influential across the continent, but also increasingly recognized on the global stage. What makes Nigeria so economically dominant is a combination of population, natural resources, entrepreneurial spirit, and rapid urban growth. First, the country's massive population, over 220 million people, forms the foundation of its economic strength. Nigeria is the most populous nation in Africa, and this enormous internal market fuels everything from retail and technology to entertainment and real estate. Every product, whether it's food, fashion, music, or technology, has a huge audience ready to buy, making Nigeria a dream market for local and international businesses. Second, natural resources play a major role. Nigeria is one of the world's leading oil producers, with petroleum accounting for a significant portion of government revenue and export earnings. The Niger Delta, despite its challenges, remains a heartbeat of the country's energy sector. But what makes Nigeria fascinating is that its economy no longer depends on oil alone. In recent years, the country has begun shifting toward a more diversified economic model. Agriculture is another pillar, with millions of Nigerians working in farming. The country is one of the world's top producers of cassava, yams, and palm oil. These agricultural products not only feed the nation, but also contribute heavily to trade across West Africa. Then there's Nigeria's booming entertainment and tech industry. Nollywood, the Nigerian film industry, is one of the largest in the world by volume, producing thousands of movies every year and generating billions in revenue. Its influence extends far beyond Africa, shaping global perceptions of African culture. Meanwhile, Nigeria's tech scene, often called Africa's Silicon Valley, is centered in Lagos. Startups in fintech, digital payments, and mobile innovation are attracting huge international investments. Companies like Flutterwave, Interswitch, and Paystack are transforming how Africans move money. Urban development also drives economic growth. Cities like Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt are expanding rapidly, filled with construction, new businesses, and vibrant markets. Lagos, especially, stands out as a megacity pulsing with nonstop activity. It's a place where hustle is not just a habit, it's a lifestyle. The energy is so contagious that economists often say, if you can make it in Lagos, you can make it anywhere. Despite challenges such as inflation, unemployment, and infrastructure gaps, Nigeria maintains its place as Africa's biggest economy because of its unmatched resilience. Nigerians are known for working hard, adapting fast, and finding creative solutions to problems. From street vendors selling snacks to tech entrepreneurs building million-dollar companies, the spirit of innovation is everywhere. Ultimately, what makes Nigeria the largest economy in Africa is not just its size or resources. It's the unstoppable force of its people. Their creativity, determination, and relentless ambition continue to push the country forward, making Nigeria one of the most eccentric, dynamic, and economically powerful nations on the entire continent. Number 5. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa. When you look at the African continent, one nation stands above all others in terms of sheer human presence: Nigeria. This isn't just a statistic. It's a living, breathing force that shapes the entire identity of West Africa. With well over 220 million people, Nigeria is not only the most populous country on the continent, but also one of the most densely vibrant societies in the world. Everywhere you go, from Lagos to Kano, from Ibadan to Port Harcourt, you feel the pulse of a country that never sleeps. What makes Nigeria's population so extraordinary is the incredible concentration of cultural, linguistic, and ethnic diversity within one national boundary. Over 250 ethnic groups live here, each with its own traditions, languages, festivals, and ways of life. It's like traveling through multiple countries without ever crossing a border. The House of Fulani of the north, the Yoruba of the southwest, the Igbo of the southeast, and countless minority groups create a mosaic of identities that coexist in a bustling, energetic environment. This massive population also fuels Nigeria's dynamic cities, especially Lagos, one of the fastest-growing megacities on Earth. Lagos alone holds more people than many entire countries. The traffic jams, the bustling markets, the nightlife, the non-stop commercial activity. Everything reflects the intensity of life in a country bursting with ambition and movement. Nigeria's population is not just a number. It is a force driving innovation, creativity, and cultural influence across Africa. Nigeria's youthful population is another fascinating aspect. With more than half of its citizens under 18, Nigeria is one of the youngest nations in the world. This youthfulness shapes everything. The music, the fashion, the technology startups, and even the street energy that gives Nigerian cities their unique character. It's the reason why Afrobeats, Nollywood films, and Nigerian influencers dominate global pop culture in ways the world did not expect. But this population also comes with challenges. Urban overcrowding, unemployment, infrastructure pressure, and social inequalities persist. Yet, despite these issues, Nigerians are known for their resilience, optimism, and hustle mentality, a determination to survive and succeed no matter the odds. In a country where millions are trying to climb the ladder at the same time, innovation becomes a daily survival skill. Nigeria's massive population has turned it into an African powerhouse, influencing everything from regional politics to continental economics. Its people are its greatest resource, diverse, young, passionate, and endlessly creative. Walking through Nigeria means walking through an ocean of stories, voices, dreams, and traditions, all unfolding at once. It's this overwhelming human energy that makes Nigeria one of the world's most eccentric, fascinating, and culturally rich countries on the planet. And that brings us to the end of this unbelievable journey through Nigeria's most eccentric, mind-bending, and absolutely unforgettable places. From hidden villages deep in the forest to floating cities built on water, from gender-divided languages to the unstoppable power of Africa's biggest economy and population, Nigeria truly never stops surprising us. If these stories shocked you, amazed you, or made you see Nigeria in a completely different way, then don't leave just yet. Smash that like button before it disappears. Drop a comment telling us which fact blew your mind the most. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you never miss our next crazy documentary. Trust me, the next country we're exploring is even wilder. So hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our global family of explorers. Because the world is full of mysteries, and we're just getting started. See you in the next adventure.